And we got bananas in chat, but I can't read them because chat is moving super fast. Super fast. Loads of people here ready for a live stream today. I hope you're going to enjoy it. We're gonna be doing some creative mode building. Okay, so we're on a backup of Hermitcraft right now. Let's also clear our inventory. Let's modify the game rules. Do daylight cycle false. Time set. Bam. Middle of the day. Burn. Everyone must burn. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm in a very good mood. Do you want to know why? Do you want to know why? Because I couldn't find my phone. Okay? When I do a stream, I plug my phone in so it's on charge. And I couldn't find it. And this filled me with joy when I realised why. Because I hadn't looked at my phone at all today. Okay? For the first time in my life, the first hour and a half of the day has gone by without using my smartphone. Okay? Even when I was a child, little baby Xisuma. They said, little baby Xisuma, he's always reaching for his phone. Those haven't even been invented yet, and he's looking for them. No, of course, when I was a kid, didn't have smartphones. But since I'm in smartphones, man, just, you know, one of the first things you do in the morning is check your phone. So I'm making it a habit. I'm trying to develop a new habit. What I'm going to do is, and what I do is put my phone in the cupboard. That's the one. Every time I go to bed, put it in the cupboard. Can't look at it when I'm trying to sleep, and then when I wake up, I have to go and get it out the cupboard. Well, today, I just didn't. I didn't do that bit. I didn't do the bit where I went, "What's on my phone?" And then I came to the computer, started getting all the stream ready, this and that, and then I was like, "Where's my phone?" And I started walking around looking for it, and I was like, I haven't touched it at all today. That's awesome. Cool, so we're going to do some mega building today, and I'm thinking, given how close this is to this side, that we're going to create some space. In fact, it makes total sense to go more in this direction. Okay, so this area is filled with brewers on the Hermitcraft server, we know that. Are these the supplies for building it? Yes. So at this point in time, I had got all that stuff together. And I just centered it on the beacons, but over on this side it's closer to the beach. So our building is going to go closer towards Mumbo's area. And I have to make a bit of a judgment call, because we're jumping ahead here, okay? So if we pop on to... We need to pick up something from actual Hermitcraft, and then we need to pop into one of these worlds. So let's go onto actual Hermitcraft quickly. Sleep in a bed first, then fly... There we go, got a bed right here. Can you show Hermitcraft hardware server? Says Hyperlithium. No, I can't. It is in a server farm somewhere. in a country far, far away. X, did you go take a nap or something? No, I'm not a fan of napping. I've never enjoyed a nap in my life. I always wake up feeling rotten. I'm a you know, 8 hours of sleep person. That's it. Okay, so I need to get like a feel for the height of this thing. Like we need to kind of create a clearance area. Damn, I love the singing on this track. Okay. The best way to do this is to get a coordinate. So we look at that block and we learn that it's 89. So 89 is the number of height that we're going to incorporate here. I don't think I need more than that. I mean, I don't want the roof to be directly above it, but 89. Okay, the next thing we need to go pick up is some dimensions from this world. So the contraption that we're building is going to be roughly about this size, but maybe a bit bigger. So what is the width is the main thing. The way I'm going to lay it out, okay, 16 by 8. That's kind of the numbers I need. So we got 79 and 16 by 8. 3 numbers. Can I remember them? Oh, what were they again? 7, 4, 6, 9? That's not helpful. Not helping my own case right now. Okay, 79, that's kind of where I'm at. No, it must have been 89. I've already got it wrong. It must have been 89. That's why you don't say a bunch of round... Now it looks too tall. Let's go double check. I should have just did that first. Height in Hermitcraft is 89. Okay, yeah. No, it probably was, wasn't it? Where are we at now? 82. It's gotta be. It's gotta be. It's got to be. Okay, so that's the height of our brewer. Then over in this area, we're going to have 16 by 8. Now, the 8 width was essentially the bit you walk up to, right? Anyway, let's just get a feel for this. Don't actually need that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I mean, the chances of it not fitting in this width is pretty slim, so we'll go ahead and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's play it on the safe side, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's 3 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we're looking at this thing that we're building coming as far out as this, which is good. There's still plenty of desert. If anything, I think I probably should have shifted it more in this direction, because that is always going to be close to that edge there. I mean, if I really wanted to, I could rebuild the river a bit. Not massively into terraforming, but it'll be worth it. So yeah, let's just drag this thing all the way across. What are you doing? Says Buriadin. I am designing the build we're going to make on Hermitcraft. The mega structure. There will be a mega structure, believe me. Also, I've got a hot cup of mocha here, and I mean, 7 minutes in, I need to start drinking this thing. It's not often I treat myself to a coffee. I've actually been doing that a lot more lately. In fact, I've been having a lot more of stuff I normally would consider a treat, which for me is on the light side. Like yesterday I had pancakes and pancakes, yogurt and raspberries, which to me is naughty food. Even though it's got a fair bit of sugar in it, but you know. But yeah, since I've been injured, I've just been like letting go a little bit. I had waffles for breakfast. That sounds lovely. I'm a big fan of waffles, Charlie. I like mine with peanut butter and jam on. Raspberry jam. Raspberry jam. Don't get me started on that inferior strawberry flavour. Oh, grinds my gears. So, what we'll do next, let's use a little bit of... potentially a little bit of this magic. Let's go... Wait, am I witnessing something? What's going on over here? Is that parrot following that husk? It really looked like it was following it. They're hanging out. They're buddies. The parrot and the husk are forever friends. He's following him. He's following him. Go on, buddy. We'll keep an eye on that. We'll keep an eye on that situation. Look, he is. Give me that rotted flesh. Oh, okay. Sadstone. Let's add we need sadstone in this game, okay? Its power is that it makes you feel depressed. Okay, I'm gonna go about 5 more. Right, and then in this direction, you know, it doesn't actually need to be as high all the way over there, but our building's gonna end up being rather symmetric. This is gonna be really difficult to figure out, I think. So that's just kind of like a marker for myself. The reason I think it's gonna be difficult to figure out is because it's gonna be so massive. This is gonna be like a real big scale build we got to figure out here. And before we get into it, That's a good mocker. Before we get too into it, let's read those noises in the ear. We got Bad Chemist here with a subscription. The Nine Gods is here for 57 months. CJ Gibbons is here for 8 months. Simple How for 5. Sana of Scarva here for 9. Evo Tobias Royal for 10. Shredder Cat here with the Prime. Baguette F with the Prime as well. Thank you so much. Appreciate your support, peeps. Baguette Man says you've been finding it hard to keep your mind on projects. So what gives me the inspiration to work on projects? Well, I'm a naturally creative, remixy type of person. I always want to create and do. So that's a big drive. But the key thing I always say is that I have an audience. Having an audience is a huge part of being motivated. They are friends! They are friends! Look at them! Oh my goodness me! They are totally... Is this like just some mad coincidence, or is there something in the code? Look, when this guy settles down, is he going to go over there again? Oh no, I think he's going away. Husky's over here, bro. Don't forget about Husky. Sorry, I just spotted them in the background again. Maybe I scared them. Devin Crates is here gifting subs to Hollow Trav, who makes awesome fan art. Trash Can Cat, Elfish Set, Roll K, Tanu and Dan. Thank you so much for supporting our community and gifting out those subs. Dante Redeye is here for 10 months. WPG Brown is gifting a sub to Keladina. Thank you for gifting the sub and supporting the community. We've got Marshmallow 353 for 7 months. Last time I was here, you said you would do a face reveal on the 100-year anniversary of your channel. Will you still do that? You know what? Let's say 200 years. 100 years is a bit premature, isn't it? You know, 200-year anniversary of the channel face reveal. You heard it here first, peeps. Sabib is also here, subscribing. So is High QI. Thank you for your Prime subscription. WPG Brown is here with more gifted subs. Electros and Jetaru. Thank you again for more gifted subs, dude. Mikkel 3800 and the Happy Wheels are also here subscribing. Thank you so much. Are you proud of where Hermitcraft is now? Says it's your boy Harif. Pride. Pride and being proud is like a feeling or a description that I'm never really too comfortable with. But, I mean, it'd be very hard to say I'm not proud of where Hermitcraft is. I'm astonished, amazed, and enamoured by where Hermitcraft is today. I mean, all those years ago, like 9 years ago, I was so excited to start playing with other people. And okay, my head's trying to get in the build now while I tell a story, I guess. Yeah, it's just been incredible. It's just been a journey that's continuously gone from strength to strength, one thing to the next, and just ended up in this place where it's like, I can't believe this is what it is now, you know? I'd like to think I've had a helping hand in trying to get it there, but you never know. You never have like a parallel universe to know if your decisions and the things that you've tried to do actually are the thing that make the difference. Because, you know, I'm just one person out of 30 here. You know, it could be that's it. 1 in 30 is the contribution you have, or less, or more. You never know. But I've always tried to help it go in what I think is the right direction. Never would have dreamed of it getting this big though. It's just incredible. So what we're going to build this out of, undoubtedly, I could talk a little bit about using this material, which actually is a bit... Oh right, I've taken out the wrong... I was going to say it's a bit more saturated. Oh, that's red. Hang on, let's get the right material. Right, so these were my two choices, okay? And I really wanted to build it out of the orange one, but it's a little too saturated. I think what I had in mind would look fantastic with this, but it's a bit too saturated. We're actually going to not do that because it would literally be extraordinary amount of work to get all the materials. Not only would I have to harvest 4 times the amount of sand to make the sandstone, the way in which you collect it is slower, and I would have to find new biomes and travel. You know, like, just look at the space that we're going to fill up here. Another consideration is it might be worth actually, for the scale of this building, it might be worth putting those underneath this. Which makes me think I wish I'd have built the whole thing closer in that direction. Because the wider it is, I think we're going to struggle to sell the builds. But anyway, I got some reference pictures. And I really don't know entirely how to get started here because it's such a large scale thing that we're creating. I probably want to build off the ground a little bit, so when we go to ground we're like more level with that. Probably a good idea to get some numbers together, find out the width. And the problem with this is that we want to keep the same height. There's a trick to doing this. So if I go and select this, we get a really large number. 408. If I put that on it, it's going to get smaller. Yep. Smaller again. 136. And then it's doubled. So 136 is the width. That's really massive. It's really probably too big. So if we take the idea that we're actually going to go from this spot over to there, then it's only going to be 88. Laura says, not sure if he reads comments here. I do, but I often get sucked into what I'm doing in the game as well, so I try and mix it up. We got Elisa Go of Sky here with a subscription. Aussie980 subscribing with the Prime. Potatoes from Ireland here for 2 months. And WPG Brown with another gifted sub to Lethal Ice Pick. Thank you so much for another gifted sub. Appreciate it. Silver Lycan Studios is here with the cheers and the bits, saying, glad to hear I'm not the only one who has raspberry jam and peanut butter on waffles. Anyway, can't stay for too long. I'm making cinnamon apple crepes for the family now. Awesome. Or for the family tomorrow. That sounds gorgeous. Enjoy your cooking. Thank you for the cheers and bits. We got Cinnarroll here with the Prime. Thank you so much. I made a similar build palette. Red sandstone, red terracotta, dark prismarine. Well, I've only got 1 block in my build palette so far, right? And I got some ideas on the other ones. So I do actually have some reference pictures that I just want to keep referring to. It's very difficult to get started with a large scale build. And I think I know where I want to go. There's just elements of these 2 builds that I need to bring together. Oh, there's some details in one of them that I absolutely love. So we're going to start by executing sort of big shapes and building detail later on. So let's say this is the height of our building. I have been looking at this thing as if it's going to have a flat roof. In fact, what I really need is just to be sort of up here, directly above that, I guess. Right, let's go try and get it somewhere around here. Okay, and in chat we got that number, that all-important number, 136. We'll try and build it. I need to make up my mind now. I think what I would really love, and again, this is just typical Minecraft, I would really love to build it this size and shift it over there so it's more central. When I set up these beacons, I thought they were sort of central, but I just kind of threw them down, you know. It'd be nicer if they're sort of more in the middle of everything. Then again, if you think about where it currently is, there's another reason it's here. Now that I think about it, it's because of what's loaded around it. Like, a bit of Mumbo space is loaded, but not all the redstone stuff, so I think I'm going to need it to be as big as it is there. I really do. Just thinking it over again, I think it's going to need to be the whole width. So let's build that out. We know the width is 136, so 135 is the number that we'll be adding. That appears to be in line, so... Okay, so now we have what will be the top of the building, essentially. Something like that. You know what, I'm going to change that, just so... Oh! I don't know what happened to Husky and the bird. Oh well. Oh well. We got Mocha Lover here for 3 months. Thank you so much. That reminds me, a little bit more of this Mocha to drink. PG Brown is here with the cheers and the bits. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate those gifted subs. Thank you for the biddies. We got TB Gamers here with the biddies as well, saying, why not make an Elytra game out of the build? I did not really thought of that. Well, first of all, thank you for the cheers and the bits. I'd say it's not really about flying Elytra around, is it? You're coming here to pick up potions. Now we're going to try and make a giant temple around it. Okay, so from here, got like 1 extra random block there. I guess from here I want to figure out the slope of the wall coming down. Would it start here? Probably would, actually. I mean, this is just a big shape that we're building. I probably shouldn't have built it out of terracotta either. We'll change that at some point, because what we're going to do is build the shape. We're going to build the shape, and then we're going to start to like detail it. Like the detail, the block palette, that's actually probably going to come last today. The shape is the most important thing. So is that a slope that I like? I'd say yeah, just about. Yeah, that's feeling better. That's feeling better. This top area might be too big, but then we can put like little mini temples up here and stuff. Okay. Now the next trick is about saving yourself a little bit of time. Okay, let's go rotate 270 and then... Nope. Y is not in paste. Wait, what did I just do? Oh, I didn't copy. Oh, right. Yeah, that's more like it. And what is the width of this bit going this way? Is a good question. 20? 22. Not bad. We got Mayo834 here with the Prime and Cali Illustrations. Thank you so much for the Prime. Appreciate it. People are asking what I'm building. We're building the ginormous mega structure that is going to house the potion brewery. This is the way to do the corner. No doubt about it. I think I've just done something a little wrong. Yeah, that bit's missing, isn't it? How do you think Mojang can fix copper, says Who From? Well, I think it's still early development stages, so I imagine that they're probably just implementing the bits they're most comfortable with and then seeing what the community think. You know, Mojang sometimes get a lot of like negativity thrown their way for what they do. I think they do a fantastic job developing this game. I've definitely been someone to be critical in the past, but over time I think they've won me over because it's come more and more apparent how they design and add things to the game with the community in mind constantly. And this update, more than ever, does it feel like the community's voices has been listened to, or at least so far the things that they've been creating has been catered for the community. I really like how you say Mojang properly, says Ice Lord. Yeah, there are endless comments, though, on my videos about, you say Mojang funny. And it's like, not all words are said exactly how they're spelt. Okay, let's go over here. So, I am going to use the corner over here as an anchor point, essentially. The thing about Mojang is that it really feels like they listen to us, says Shalgon. I'm glad you feel that way, because there's a lot of people, based on my comments, that clearly think they don't. One thing about saying they listen to us is you've got to realise that doesn't mean the thing that you say gets done, right? There's so many players, you've got to realise, oh, they changed this, oh, they changed that, and then where did that come from? Oh, it was a community suggestion, right? Not your suggestion, just from the community. Okay, so this bit, yeah, inside here is now starting to look a little bit goofy, that's fine. Essentially what I really want to do is probably design this floating, so when I go and put it into the Minecraft world, I can have a little bit more flexibility and not have it locked to the landscape. So let's come out by like 1, 2, 3, 4. Hang on, I need the corner is what I need. Should have done this bit first, by the way, because now I'm going to have to do like a large selection and removing a lot of blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll go to the 6th block basically. 5 between. We select this block over here. So making our way over to this corner. Yeah, it's a block lower here, just got to remember that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so now what we're going to do is like replace sand with air. Replace the sandstone with air. Replace dirt with air. Grass with air. Grass block, that one always catches me out. Replace the stone with air. So as we fly around here, we'll see all the different things. That appears to be most of it though. There's a little bit of something else going on. Gravel, is that? Or andesite? Gravel's another block you might find. Okay. Not entirely sure. No, that probably was a good idea. I think it still needs like a ground floor, so let's go coal ore and then replace it with air. Oh, there's still granite. Anything else actually? Maybe we'll get rid of these stone brick walls. Torches? Oh, they're actually items on the ground now, aren't they? Okay, that appears to be the whole thing cleared out. So as you can see, we kind of need to build this thing down one more block all the way around. Right, I'll do a little bit of block placing and reading chat now. Dockers Forever, here for 2 months. Thank you so much, welcome back. Soundwave Hope, here for 8 months. Time does fly, yes it does, my friend. Thank you so much. What is your favourite thing shown in the cave update so far? Mine is the axolotl. Yeah, I'm loving the axolotl. There's so many things it's hard to say. But I think things like the under... Well, this wasn't actually shown, was it? But the under... Ooh, looks like I made a bit of a mistake. Actually, that makes sense. I know why that happened. It's because we copied and pasted without using -A. So this was part of the selection, and on the opposite side, it was not filled in. So when you use -A, it doesn't replace air blocks, which is a handy trick. I think you can do some other things as well, like maybe just like minus terracotta would not replace terracotta. But anyway, yeah, like the waterlogged minecarts got me thinking, like, ooh, minecarts are now a little bit more manipulatable. You can use them in the ocean, like a new way to farm stuff. Now, I always talk about next season because of like... Actually, hang on a minute. It might not even be next season, you know, but when that update comes around, like, I'm going to look at playing differently, but then if we're still in this world... you see, I always need this motive. Like, if I'm going to build a new squid farm using the new mechanics, I've already got a squid farm. It's, like, not very motivating for me. Anyway, if we happen to be afresh in 1.17, like, I would look at playing the game so differently now. Like, instead of doing these mega squid farms, I think I'm going to mess around with, like, the underwater minecarts and see what they can do. And, I don't know, just... It brings back the tinkering nature of the game. Mechanics like that. At least in their infancy, I guess. Right, we've got to build up this corner, then fix the walls up there. Suggestion, copper should oxidize faster underwater, says Gamer. I think what they got to do is realise that when you put in blocks, people want to use them on a large scale and farm them. So, in its current state, the copper and the oxidization is clearly on the tedious scale. I think they should add in a mechanic. I don't know what it should be that allows you to oxidize faster. That makes sense. They've also got to add in some way to farm copper. I think it'd also be a good idea to scale the way in which you farm things in this game as well. Like, when you're a casual player, I think having like a copper trade with a villager is really good to get a few blocks. Whereas when you want to farm copper on a large scale, you need some sort of more technical thing, right? Something more advanced, like you have iron farms. So I'm hoping that they'll introduce like several sources of copper, because those blocks are going to want to be used on a large scale. Okay, so this is the shape of our giant temple. And remember, we're going to change this terracotta material. But I'm going to, for now, while we're building the shape, I'm going to keep it. So we're going to need some distinguishing elements here, and I kind of picture it in my head already. I'm going to go look at my reference pictures again. I find it really nice to just check back in with them, because they give you little ideas and considerations. Oh, I might want to do this, I might want to do that. Okay. Oh, there's just so much shape. There's so much shape and ways to look into doing things. So... Okay, of these reference images, there's like several things I want to juggle as we manipulate the shape here. By the way, we've got over 3,000 peeps tuning in. My goodness me. Thank you everyone for coming by today. Be sure to hit the follow button here on Twitch. And let me do a plug. If you're not aware, you probably hear me say this all the time. I've got 4 channels on YouTube. One about music, one about me saying stuff. My VODs get uploaded to the second channel. Of course, I've got the main channel. Go check them out if you haven't done so already. How do you spell ziggurat? It says Smaret. Probably like you just did, but this ain't going to be a ziggurat. I feel like maybe it's not tall enough for the scale, like in terms of width. Like maybe actually it needs to go just a little bit higher. And I know this was built for the thing that's inside, but it doesn't matter if there's more up there. Okay, let's No, I shifted the region. Wrong one. Wrong commands. It's got to be a move. I guess I need to move it one more. No? That's very odd. We got someone watching the stream, possibly. Let me check. Okay. Efo, if you're still there... I hope Evo's there. I had this idea. You know, Efo's using potions at the moment. Efo's also really great with redstone. So I thought maybe we could team up. He can help me make this contraption, and then he'll be supplied with potions. Don't tell him, even though he's listening, all the potions are free for all the hermits. Shh. Yeah, so I'm going to run this contraption through again for Efo, and for anyone else who's interested in helping out. This design that I saved is actually the one with the minecarts that didn't work out too well. This over here looks closer to the other idea. This is where we're experimenting with droppers. We can remove those and make an absolute hash of this. Right, so for those of you that want to know how this contraption works, maybe you want to get involved, go into a little creative world and try and come up with something. The idea is that you put in a shulker box here. Okay, all of those will get unloaded into the hopper minecart. For some reason, it's, you know, it's all broken from all the testing we're doing. Like, that's supposed to be powered, basically. Okay, in this instance, we learned we can't do this with hopper minecarts because the nature of how this is locked down here. Anyway, you put in this, all the potions get taken out, then the redstone has to know that the shulker box is empty, and then it drops it into this dispenser so that there'll be another one here. And when it's done brewing all of these potions with extra ingredients, it will refill this and then give it back to the player. So yeah, that's the idea in general. Now, it doesn't work with a hopper minecart because we figured out some interesting mechanics. We got this naturally filtered here. The hoppers only have 3 because of this not accepting the iron bars going into it. We're locking the bottom here so that those potions don't come straight out. Essentially, once this has been properly distributed, we can have up to 2 ingredients getting activated at the top here. So that could be redstone or glowstone, and then it could be gunpowder, or then gunpowder and dragon's breath for lingering. So they go down into the brewing stand and brew up, and then when they're done, which should be relatively easy. Like, I reckon the way you'd control the timing is by just having a comparator feeding off of one. If you activate all these at the same time, then you can have a comparator kind of detecting events or whatever to figure out its state of brewing. Yeah, so the way that I really wanted to do this was like so, having a whole bunch of hoppers go across like this and powering it on the side with redstone. Okay, so let's go back to the design we didn't save. We would have all of these here locked. Actually, they would be locked from this angle, I think. So those blocks would be locking these, but the items going across would unlock them when they reach the end. Okay, so 1 item in every hopper. This thing sends a signal round, this unlocks, they all drop into the hoppers below. It works, except there is a bug in vanilla and in lithium where like 1 hopper in the chain will just not get a potion. It's really irritating. And yeah, that's kind of where I got stuck, because otherwise you could have, you know, 9 go all the way across, go down, across, down, this thing's empty. These have all got 3 potions sitting in it. Then they all somehow make their way into here. Timer goes off, they all brew, then they all go into the hopper at the bottom, which I can't place. Oh, now I can. Yeah. And the key thing is that our main master brewery, which by the way we can go look at, our main master brewery is creating 1 of every type of potion. So there are 15 different types of potion. This will brew all of them and put them into shulker boxes. So shulker boxes are going to be like a full box of swiftness, or a full box of poison. And yeah, so this thing will continuously make around the clock with massive supplies of items, shulker boxes worth of potions, put them in at the bottom. Then the player is going to take the shulker box and put it in a modifier, because if you were to make this array for all the potions, it goes up into like 100 of them, which is too much. So you'll be able to take a regular potion, put it in glowstone, put it in redstone, put it in gunpowder, put it in gunpowder and dragon's breath. And in some instances, you'll probably put it in glowstone first and then put gunpowder on it, for example. Dabro says, I just came, what are you doing? I'm explaining the contraption I'm trying to trying to make. And the other thing is that I'm deliberately... Oh wait, this is something else. Went into the wrong world. I'm deliberately using 9 in a row for the fastest brewing possible, just made me think. You could do 27 in a row. And then it would be 1 ingredient per potion, which would be wasteful, but even faster. But no, I think 9 in a row is a really good challenge for that. Sana of Scarva says, redstone is confusion, especially when I'm tired. I think the problem with doing big redstone is that you have to manage variables. Like, when you do simple contraptions, it's not so difficult. When you start doing more complex ones, it's like, you get one thing working, but then you forget, oh, that other thing's supposed to do this. It was like Infinifactory. Which, by the way, if you watched yesterday's Infinifactory stream, it hit me that there was this point where I got to, and then I thought that I couldn't do this, and I was like, oh no, and then I just started all over again. And later on I realised that I was a complete fool. I was thinking I could only use the laser block when I could use the drill. It's just little things like that. You know, I thought I had built this whole setup and then forgotten about one small thing, but I didn't realise there was another solution for it. So, I love that game, but the difficulty at the moment is just a bit too much. Move 1. Okay, so that's like another layer of height. And I think I'll go 1 more and then stop. And then I'll show you a fancy trick. So, we've got to move it up 3. That's what I didn't do last time, right? Almost the fancy trick, let's say. So if I go over here, what I can do is stack downwards by 2. Right, and then I've got that shape. If I do it over here, I've got to do it slightly different. Because if I stack down, we'll have a solid bunch of blocks in the morning. So if we go walls, terracotta, bam, then we'll have the right shape. So now it's a little bit taller. That actually already feels significant. I think it could go a couple of layers taller still. Oh, it really does feel like that should be taller again. How many steps we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's 30 blocks tall. I reckon we could get another 2 out of this thing. Yeah. So if I move it by 3, I believe my selection is still in the same place. So if I expand by 3 and then walls terracotta again, I believe I've correctly made the shape that I'm after. Alright, so that's the better way of raising it up a level. So now it's 33 blocks tall. Every time I make it bigger, it feels more right. So 33, 36. Should we go for 39? 42, 45 maybe? Challenging Cub for highest temple. No way, man. This ain't taller than Cubs. So move 3, expand 3, walls terracotta. It's all in the memory. Okay, I'm gonna go 1 more. It's human nature to try and finish the pyramid, says Lethal Icepick. It's not a pyramid. I could also make it fatter as well, like further back is something I haven't considered. So this is no like quick job, or like, you know, it's not going to be done in one stream. This is a mega build right here. Okay, that is feeling more satisfying to me now. That feels like when you look at it, it's got it. I still think it needs to go taller, but probably it needs definitely some more width, but that's fine. I'm also thinking now it probably makes sense to expand the space down here that we remove stuff at. So everything below is air. Oh, I know why they're back. We have so the server likes to set itself to peaceful. Seems to be some sort of Minecraft bug, right? So we have a data pack that when you load the world, immediately sets it to hard over and over again. Over on this side, it's a little bit higher, isn't it? I wonder if I can fill all but terracotta, right? Like, what will probably be easier is to go set air. Yeah, and then just stack this down by 2. Why do you want it to be on hard? So it's not on peaceful. Why am I looking in my memory? Just type it. Stack 2. Set 0 is shorter for air. That is true. That is definitely truth. Etho says, why doesn't that work? It looks almost... I don't know why I'm reading out his message. The reason it doesn't work is because the hoppers... Right, the hopper minecart can't put in items into a locked hopper. If it does, the item drops through and goes straight into the brewing stand, so you end up with uneven distribution. If you use the row of hoppers to distribute on top of the ones that put it into the brewery, even though they're all locked, and then you unlock it when one gets to the end with the comparator, for some reason, it's the same in vanilla and lithium, it's like a bug that's been around for a while, one of the hoppers in that chain will be skipped, and then you'll have uneven distribution. So, you know, like all of the components are there. It's relatively easy. The problem is the distribution. I couldn't find the right mechanism for it. Potentially you could use water, but because hoppers now have a hitbox and items can get stuck in it, you can't use water either. So, unless you do the alignment thing first, but that feels kind of slow. You'd shoot out a bunch of potions with a dispenser. Oh, now, hang on. Let's stay... Now my brain's doing redstone. No, let's stay on the build. Jeez. Just thinking about other ways to do it. Okay, I'm going to go look at my reference images again. Always good to go back to them just to remind myself of things I want to do for this build. Yeah. Okay, there's a couple of ideas that I might want to introduce. Maybe not straight away. Let's talk about one of them though. So on one of the builds, the steps up have like lips that come off every so often. So we would have like a little overhang like this, a little overhang layer, right? That actually looks good just putting a few blocks in place. And then, you know, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, bam. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bam. And then that will go all the way across, right? I think that's probably going to make it in, you know. I feel like that would work. It gives us an opportunity to put some blocks underneath. Another thing I wanted to do was check out what leaves look like in this biome against something so orange. Oh yeah, they got the little bits coming off. Feel like that's probably reasonable. I was looking for something more lush. That's doable. I wondered about the idea of having this thing being overgrown and having bushes hanging off of it. I think it would be better if they were organised, like they were more gardeny. That's not very nice. Too yellowy. I'm sure one of these is supposed to stay green, is it? Dark oak? No. None of them except spruce retain their colour. Anyway, that's just a quick thought right there. Next thing we need to do is add 2 towers that come off the front. So we're going to have the entrance in the middle, 2 towers, and then a bit of a sort of shape reimagining somewhere here in the middle. This thing's definitely going to go deeper, by the way. Just saying it again. Let's go and figure out if this thing has a middle block. I'm pretty sure it has a middle block, right? 126. Yikes. 126. That? Yeah, I thought... I thought not. Anyway. Wait, no, what I've got to do is come over here. Actually, it doesn't need to be precise. Okay, I've moved it all in by 1 block. Now we should have a middle. It should say 125, right? People are saying birch. Did I not get to try the birch one? Did I somehow skip over that? It looks like I did. Yeah, birch doesn't as well, but it's not lush green, is it? We need like a lush green bush that's always lush wherever you put it, I think. Okay, 125, meaning the middle is, what, like 60... 62? 63? Oh, that's way too far. That block is the middle. And it's going to need a marker. Right, it's got that and that, just in case. So that's the very middle of the build. Now we got to mark up a tower on either side. Now, if I want to make this thing taller still, I've got to consider that my tower, I don't want it to go over the edge of the corner. So I could easily see this thing being at least 3 or 4 more layers high. So let's say we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Something like that. 9 blocks in. This is going to be tricky. Do I want to build this from down... Oh, hello. From down here or from over there? We got floaty sandstone. Hey, I tell you what, I haven't read my noises in here in a while, have I? Jeez. We got Nibbly here for 3 months. And Pyro Burnium has gifted a sub to EFO TV. Thank you, Pyro, for gifting the sub. Appreciate it. We got Francesca1359 here for 4 months. June the Cat is here with a Prime. Demon Chickens has subscribed. Trooper Joe is here for 17 months. And we got Kaladina gifting 5 subs to Dombeck, Gun Hippie, Essence, Milbrock, Guardian Lucas. Thank you so much for those gifted subs. Appreciate it. Thank you for supporting our community. To anyone wondering, we are on a creative world. This is not the Hermitcraft server. It's a backup. But we're doing Hermitcraft things, right? That is the idea, at least. Okay, so in order to have a lot of detail on this tower, it needs to be fairly wide. We also want it to be square. There, how many lips have we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And I said it like could go a few more back as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Let's say we went 15. On the grand scale of things, that is probably almost pretty good. I think I'm going to say 17. Let's double check it. It's 18. That's why we double check. Okay, so 17 wide. Now, in order to be 17 deep, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, and then 17 is there. Yikes. Literally here. Which would potentially ruin my idea of making this thing higher. And again, it kind of, just looking at the overall scale, I can't help but think we could squeeze a little bit more out of this. I'm going to go for 19. And then if we come up here, that means we go back by 2 to there. Right, now here's where things get a little bit sort of tricky-ish. Don't be alarmed. Don't be alarmed. Ooh, now that it's a big block, like, leaning out, it's like, oh, that's way too big. That is way too big. I need to figure out how big it actually needs to be then. I think actually maybe It doesn't need to reach the top of this thing. Okay. Alright, so let's go undo. Now that I think about it, rather than counting and putting blocks around on the building, what I should probably be doing is figuring it out using World Edit as opposed to placing these blocks. Like, check this out. So if we just agree this is going to be the front corner here, which I think I'm actually going to move forward a block or two. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just one block further forward. If I take this and I expand by 14 in that direction, 14 in this one, and let's say 44 that way, and then we go and do walls, terracotta. Right, now that's the way I should be doing it, because that's way quicker. Huh. So on the grand scheme of things, that is... God, the width is so big, but I think that's going to work on the grand scheme of things, right? I think I can live with that. So, set 0 and then do the walls. Nice. Cheesy Fighter says, quite plain, don't you think? It's plain because we're just at the beginning of this build. We're just doing the shape. It's the only thing we're doing today is the shape, pretty much. Now, what I've got to do next, and I made a marker here, I think I should use this alternate colour. What I've got to do next is going to be a little bit tricky. You can do it with World Edit, but it requires you knowing what commands to use. And I've got a feeling that I'm probably going to get this wrong, but we'll experiment. So if I take the entirety of this selection, which I think is actually what was already on my clipboard, or yeah, that was already my selection. If I stand here and I / copy. Okay, now flip is a command. Left, let's try left. That's my left. Oh! Oh, it worked. First time. Excellent. Now we've got 2 of them. That's got the right scale. I like this. I like this. This is good. This is going well. Let's compare it to some other builds in the area, though. We're going to have to rip that thing out. It's just too small. I feel like it would want something of similar size nearby. So Mumbo's thing off in the distance really aids it. I tell you what we should do. We should put gardens out the front. Like sandy gardens everywhere. That would really kind of extend the build so it's not just plopped on the ground. That's going to be important at the base. But yeah, it kind of feels like it needs something additional nearby. We're definitely going to make it deeper. But so far so good. It isn't symmetrical, says Conk. Let's do a double check then, right? Let's do a double check. So if we just measure there to here, it is 23 blocks. Like an oasis. Yes. Oh, water is another thing we should include somewhere. 23. No, it's symmetrical. Okay, so now that we've done that, I'm going to go look at my reference images again, because there's a part of this build that I like that I want to sort of bring to what we're doing here. It's going to be a little... Actually, no, it's not going to be that tricky at all. Okay, so now we need to figure out the entrance to this whole thing. And I just want to double check something. Did we decide to make this thing... I think we decided to make this thing across the extended space. Yeah, because the beacon hole is there and over there. Okay, just double check in. So this is as big as we can make it, essentially. Right, so the width for this is, I think, 15. And I reckon I would like the entrance to be a little bit smaller. So we'll probably go with 13. And we'll bring it out to the same distance forward. Yep, somewhere around there. If we expand by 7 in each direction, we'll have 15. Okay, it also doesn't go back in that direction, but that's fine. Right, height is going to be important, so 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, I think we're about 23. Yeah. I haven't gone back in that direction yet. But we'll go... Actually, we might as well expand it a bit. And then... Wait. Ah! Getting it all wrong. Right, I think too tall and not wide enough. So let's start again. We're going to go... I reckon... Let's go 11 in each direction. How tall did we go? I think it was like 23. Didn't I say it was too tall? So let's go 19. Something like that. Okay, I'm not sure. Width feels about right. Maybe the height is lacking? I think I'm going to expand the height by 4. And then we're good. Or maybe I don't want it to be in line. Let's go undo. I'm gonna make a new selection. I want to bring it out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I want to bring it out to there. Okay, now I went 11. This time I'm going to expand 9 in each direction. Then we're going to go back by, you know, it doesn't really matter how much. 23. Probably nowhere near that much. 17. Okay, then height. I can't remember what we did, so we'll do 17 again. It's got to be taller than that, but only by 3 blocks, I reckon. So... Very good. Now what we're going to do is... walls... terracotta. There we go. That, I think, is good. Now, the next thing that I want to do is redefine the shape between these 2 points here. This is where we're going to start to get a little bit more closer to actually, like, well, detail work, I guess, because this is going to have some details in that I want to make sure get included. Actually, I should have done that on the opposite side, because it doesn't really matter where it is here. I need to see where it is in proportion to what's going on over here. So I probably want to leave a gap of 3. But I also want a bit of a lip. Or maybe I could just do that. Okay. Let's go grab this, move it forward by 3. Okay, then move all of this. And again. And potentially again. Okay, now we'll take this and we'll stack it. Oh, there's a gap of 26 between them. Interesting. That may or may not be helpful for the next bit. Oh, I didn't actually move that as far forward as I wanted to, but that's fine. Okay. Yeah, that's that. This is good. This is good. So then, what we're gonna do is have these shapes. Now, whenever you got like a gap, you want to be able to structure like what's in between it. I think actually I'm going to make this 3 wide. So anyway, 3 like that. Then a gap of 3, 1, 2, 3. What we're going to see is that they're probably not going to meet perfectly, which is something I'd like to be able to do. Oh, they're perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. An odd number by an odd number makes an even number. Interesting. Okay. No, stack is what we're looking for. That's 7. That's 8. Bam. Alright, you see we're getting somewhere now. What I will say is, this definitely needs to not correlate with the bottom bit. It looks so much better now, doesn't it? Alright, what do you think of that? Looks epic so far, says Kjo. That looks sick, says Dines HP. Remember, we're just making the shape of the building. We have not even begun to put detail into any of this yet. When we start to put detail into this stuff, it's really going to kind of evolve to the next level. I'll tell you what would be really cool, having a block that you could place for a selection that then gets ignored when you copy and paste. That'd be kind of cool. Alright, so we want to move this. I just want to make sure... Oh, actually, do you know what? We learned a trick, didn't we? If we go stand up here and flip to the left and paste... Okay, so watch this. Copy. Flip. Left. Paste. Bam! Right in the correct spot. How cool is that? We're getting some shape going here. Getting some shape going. Alright, where are we at with the noises? Marchy234 here with the 6 months. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate it. Rebecca11 here gifting a sub to Taffy191. Thank you so much for gifting the sub, Rebecca. Appreciate it. We got Prootsend Prootster here for 5 months. Thank you, peeps, as always, for your tremendous support. Official Jane says, kind of looks like the temple from Fullcraft 2 you made. Fullcraft 2 was not the one with the temple. I think you might be thinking of Asuminati. Fullcraft 2 was... Oh man, I had so much fun playing that. That was when I really got into a good modded groove. That was the whole lush biome, like this really pretty biome, and then put in like quartz pillars and pathways and just trying to create this lush environment, but it'd always take you to some little project area underground. Heighton Tandon says, the shape is awesome. I don't know why the terracotta is looking kind of dull. Well, the terracotta is just our building block for now. I do actually want to build this thing out of terracotta, but there'll be other materials in as well. You're not looking at the end product. You're looking at us figuring out the shapes and design. Right, I want to go look at my reference images again, because I feel like I'm not sure what to do next. Some of the referencey stuff is now... There's definitely some good ideas from this one image, and the other one not so much. Actually, no, there's great ideas in both, really. I think what we're starting to do with this build, it's big enough to house the brewery inside of it. I think we need to start thinking a little bit beyond just... I need to think beyond like it fitting in this area. Like, I think I need to raise it up in the air, and I want to put in some shape out the front as well. Why is it so big, says Hide and Look? Well, because doing things on an epic scale is great, and we're going to house the brewery inside of it. More detail needed, says Cheesy Fighter. Oh, of course, we're just doing the beginning parts today. Beginning parts of the shape. It's a long way from being done. Right, I'm going to remove this, but we must remember to put that back at some point. Someone says it looks very Indian. Well, you know, there are lots of cultures that have temples and whatnot, right? Pyramids and ziggurats and all this. So you can probably relate it to any culture. I'm not actually, like, taking a specific culture as inspiration or anything like that, really. It's very, very much just taking some images of builds and rolling with it. Yeah, so anyway, we've got to... I think we're going to move this thing up in order to build out the next few ideas, because it's kind of outgrowing this build it in the desert. Alternatively, I could go do another big run and remove more of the blocks around it, but it doesn't make much sense to do that. So we've got about 5, 10. Let's go expand... just 20. 20 that direction, right? Then we want everything, so we'll go 100. It's not taller than 100 blocks. Now we're going to move it by about 12 blocks up. There it all goes, and we didn't miss a little bit. Didn't miss a single block. And I don't think we took any other blocks up with us. Excellent. Okay, the next bit I want to do immediately, what's popped to mind, is breaking up the height or something here. I can't quite explain it, but we don't worry about that. So if I add like a lip like this, I don't want the lip to be flat all the way around. We want to bring another layer of sort of shape to the base, because I think the base structure at the front is mostly established. Wow, this is wide. Okay, here we go. So what I don't want to do is have that lip the same all the way across. And I think I want to have it higher in the middle. So what we're going to do is come over here and expand this down by 3 and then 3 again. But where would the lip end if I did that? Because all of this would be filled in. Maybe the lip doesn't come across the front. It kind of feels like it needs to be that wide. Let's zoom out a little bit. Alright, we've got a noise in the ear from Snowy Banshee here for 4 months. Thank you ever so much for your support, Snowy Banshee. I appreciate it. When does Xisuma stream, says Gummy Powder? I stream right now. Why is he in creative, says Tom Hugo? Because, you know, when you do epic builds like this, you need to figure out how you're going to do it in creative first. Like, you can't just go into survival and build something on this scale. I mean, if you can, you've got an incredible skill, but towers in the front are too tall. They take away from the building. Yeah, potentially. Potentially. We'll figure it all out as we go. We're a long way off. I'm just figuring out this next idea that I've had for where the lip go. I mean, the lip. Okay. So we're going to have an entrance here, no doubt. And the entrance is probably going to be... Let's figure out where the center is. Probably going to be... Like... How many blocks is that? That's 3. 3 diagonal. Probably actually going to be about here. So what is the width for that? It's 9 blocks. Okay. Yeah, that feels about right. Probably a little bit too tall, but you know, we don't need it to be perfect. We're just getting an idea for dimensions and stuff. Awesome Guy says, I knew Hermitcraft is creative mode. I'm not on Hermitcraft right now. I'm not on Hermitcraft. I'm on a backup of the world. Hermitcraft is not a creative server, peeps. Like, we do... What you got to remember is that we're full-timers. We play this game for a living. You know, that means we put in a lot more hours than the average player. So let's say the steps leading up to this thing are something like that. This gives us an extended idea of where this this ledge, this kind of lip that I'm talking about goes. It's like, I kind of want to put in like a height variance. I'm just not seeing where that comes to fruition. I'm going to go look at my reference image again, because the reference image actually doesn't have the idea that I'm thinking of in it. It just gave me the idea, you know. Why would he show on stream if he was cheating, says Orion's. Because no one will tell. Shh. Don't tell them I'm cheating. Okay? Don't tell anyone. Everyone here. All 3,000 of you can keep a secret, right? We can just assume that that's something that all 3,000 of you can do. Okay? Alright, everyone agree to keep a secret? Can you agree to keep a secret? No, says Eunice. Eunice, you've ruined it for everyone! Oh. Oh, what's the point? Hydration time, people. Hydration. Darkermans 099 is here for 22 months. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate the support. There's some good water right there. Okay, hydration break over. Maybe the... See, the thing is, I'm picturing the lip going around everything to extend it. And the lip would be bigger than this, but the lip needs to kind of end going into something. You know, not every idea has to be figured out in one moment. We've done a fair bit here at the front. I feel like this is going to have this sort of shape to it. Let's actually start with it level. No, we'll come up by one block. Okay. Feel like it would be like that. Yep, that'll go back to the wall. That kind of shape. Should actually just do it like this for now. Well, I kind of want the front. Oh, I'm saying words and not finishing sentences. Oh, it should actually also probably have a bit off the edge, right? That would probably go a long way. And then if we made it in freeze, it would end up being one block lower in the middle. That's not so bad. But not as significant. I feel like the 2-block thing was probably the way to go. Yeah, that was the way to do it. Add a bit of the edge going forward as well. Absolutely. Absolutely. Great idea. I mean, maybe even a bit more than that, right? But, you know, that part of the shape will come at the detail level. Yeah, something like that. Now that it's done, I actually feel like it doesn't quite have a temple vibe to it. I'm gonna undo that. I'm gonna undo all of that. I'm going to leave that there as a sort of, you know, there's no need for us to get rid of it entirely, but that doesn't have a temple vibe to it. It kind of just looks like a roof, so might have to rethink that approach. Okay. I'm a little bit worried I'm starting to hit a bit of a wall, you know, because you do that. You exhaust your creative energy when you do things. I don't really want to hit a wall right now. Maybe if we start to put, like, some other ideas for shape in. So, for example, like, one of the things you can do to make this just immediately look a little bit more appeasing is to, like, offset that. That's probably worth doing when we actually get around to that. That looks great, actually, but no, that's not worth doing right now. We need to focus on the shapes. Okay. This lip got me stuck, didn't it? Let's try and think about what we're trying to achieve. See, I want the lip not to just have every element end at the same height. But I don't see how else that would play out. Like, what about around here? So if I want that to continue going down, then the lip finds itself higher up. And the lip might be like 3 blocks. And then it would end up being like that. It just ends up continuing the lip, doesn't it? Unless this thing is to come out like this. Ah, that might be the way to do it. Because then it's obviously not part of that. And this thing, right, you know, it's 3 blocks here, but it wouldn't be always like that. Okay, so let's see where this goes if I were to... I mean, is that what I want? I think it is. So it's going to be like this all the way to the front. That's kind of doing it, I think. It's perfectly splendid, says official Jaden. It's perfectly splendid. Yeah. By the way, we've had the Parrot guy here with the Prime. Sharpie 01122 is here with the Prime as well. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. It looks like a palace. Yeah, it's got a bit of a palace vibe going on, doesn't it? Okay, so let's say we go and extend this now. I'm definitely building the slow way right now, but that's fine. Sometimes you just want to place blocks and think. And then sometimes you're like, no, I should be using my axe. So then we have our, like, the next lip will be here, and it'll be a 1-block lip. And these will be using different materials and stuff as well, right? And then that'll be the bottom of the build. Is what I'm thinking. And then maybe there's room to add, like, a little bit of, like, you know, I don't know, something in there. And then I'm wondering, should that be taller? Like, might it benefit the whole thing if... So if I grab this and go move... I think I need to move it 3, not... wait a minute. 1, 2. Okay. It was just move 2. Yeah, and then if I stack this by 2... So then the bottom bit, yeah, that feels good. That feels really good. That feels like the way it should conclude down here. So now let's go and... yeah, maybe add a couple more. Nice, brought it all the way over here. Oh, that was way more than I thought it was. Actually, what I should probably just use now is set. Like that. Bam. There we go. I've got to say, I think this corner bit here is not done right. I think we can make this look better if we remove this. Punch out that. Because you need variance, like if you take the same shape and form and just apply it over and over again, it shows itself. You need the little bits to be slightly different like that. It's important. Alright, there we go. And then down here. But makes it look like this front bit here should go back a block or 2, which I actually think will do. So that will require us to make a big old selection, right? We want everything there to go back twice. Yikes. And then that way... yeah, that's way better. Way better. Right, that is definitely getting something nice going on, isn't it? Joestri says, "Oh wow, looks great, Xisuma." Glad you like the look of it, dude. I'm also wondering if this little lip here should just not be a part of this edge. Like, this is just straight to the ground over here. Yep, that'll work. That will work. Nice. Okay. I think I've exhausted my energy for the front. I do want to work on the middle at the top a little bit and the back. So we kind of just need to polish up some of the things that we're doing here. If this is a staircase, by the way, with this extended bit, I think we've got to change our approach a little bit. Like, if it's... I feel like that sort of steps leading up to a building is too steep. You would definitely have it actually elongated. Or a different gradient or slope. I don't know what word to use, right? I'm just trying to sound smart. Jeez. But then this thing to reach the ground level is going to come out really far. Which may or may not be a bad thing, right? Also, like, if the player enters here, then they're going to go down again because all the contraption stuff is going to be hidden on a different level. I kind of knew that. I knew the build would end up just making where I built the brewery stuff. See, the problem is it's like super difficult to just go and do a project on this scale from start to end in like creative before you do it on the server, because like this is streaming, this is making videos, it like it's gotta match up, if that makes sense, right? Like, otherwise you're gonna end up putting a crazy amount of time into something people ain't seeing. It's gotta flow with the production of videos, essentially. So anyway, everything you ever do is imperfect. Like, there's no true perfect, so it doesn't really matter. So then we end up with that, which makes me think this is clearly too high up. And we can modify that nice and easy. We can select here and here. Let's go... what did I do? Ooh. Okay, that means we reach ground level here. Feels a little bit better. I think we'll go one more block down. In fact, what I'll do is that. Then select this. Oh, I did it again. Okay, that I think is what we're going to go for. Right, then we need to stack this. A couple of blocks in that direction. That is enough. And then we've got to do a big old super edit from one side to the other. So... we have changed things from... I think I'm actually going to do like a really broad selection here. No, wait, what was it? It's pos 1. So position 1 all the way down to the very middle. Which have I missed here? No, I don't think I have. It's perfectly in the middle. Okay. And then we're going to do the old flip trick. Okay, so copy, flip, left, paste. I think it worked perfectly. There you go. There you go, my friends. That is the front, and that is pretty well done, if you ask me. Nice flippage, says Jug. Thank you. Thank you, I've been practicing. We got Blast Worm here for 7 months. Good morning from across the pond. Rumours of our self-implosion are greatly exaggerated. Yeah, those things often are, right? Often are. Dana QATV is here with the subscription. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Lots of great messages in chat. Y'all are liking the build. That's great. Good to hear. Still got a long way to go, though, doesn't it? But what a great start. I think, yeah, we've given ourselves the means to do something wonderful here. So now if we go to the side, obviously it's like, oh. Now I'm thinking, rather than extend it back all the way so it's more pyramid-like, I'm going to try something a little bit different, I think. I just want to do a count here. 13. I think I'm going to make that 15. So let's go up to here. Actually, what is... No, there isn't really an easy way of doing this. Actually, I think this thing... Is it more than 100 blocks? I don't know. That is an important thing right there. Let's... Okay, and a little bit more. Maybe not that much. Or maybe that much. Maybe some more. Okay. Yeah, we've got quite a bit of work to do here. So now we want to take this old selection from here to here. It's not going to be the same on the other side, I just realised. Expands. And then stack. Anyway, now that shape is 15 blocks across is the idea. Let's get this square of 15 sorted out. Right, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Bam! So I then want to come across here. No? Let's think about that. Do I want to start? I think I want to go there. And then we'll probably go 15 again, actually. Which makes me think... hang on, there's so much like up and down and height to deal with at the moment. It's like kind of crazy. So I'm going to go here to there. Now I don't really want to copy the ground. Ugh, this is going to get ugly. I'm going to do it like this. Okay, I'm going with this block and I want to double check. Yep. Okay, then up to here, which I think means I need to expand in that direction. Actually, it's probably more than that, isn't it? Oh, we're trialing and erroring right now. I don't know how this is going to work out. I think it kind of worked. So what do you think about that? As the shape, right? My goodness me, this thing is crazy. Oh, there's random sandstone. How did that get there? No idea. Okay, so we need to clean up this inside a bit, just for the sake of making the build nice and clean. There we go, there we go. Oyster 2000's here for 16 months. Thank you so much. And Oakburger is here for 8, saying you should check out Mango's 1.16 furnace array if you're looking for a solution with your problem. The even distribution of items, but you'll find you'll want to answer yourself. But if you want to find an answer yourself, I was chatting with Nembom about it, and he said that Mango had a solution. And I didn't get the opportunity to research like what it was or where it was, so thanks for that tip. I believe that is the solution Nembon was talking about. Appreciate it, dude. Appreciate it. No, I would like to just find the solution, because it's not like I'm watching Ilmango's video for the same contraption. It's like he's just got the solution for a particular part of it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, that don't look good. That don't look good. Seems to be okay on that side. Why would it be... Why would it be odd at the top here? Or is it? Did I just... Wait, there's a layer that's 2. What? Oh, look at that. That extends around the whole build. There's this extra row of blocks. Huh. Confusing. Wow. We noticed it, so it ain't so bad. Does it then repeat again? Oh, look at that. That's not good. That just makes building the whole thing confusing. I mean, I kind of want to get it so it's built with a minimal amount of blocks, so then when I need to gather resources for all of this, it can be like, this thing can tell me how many resources I need. But I'm probably going to build this thing in a way where, you know, I'm just going to have a crazy amount of resources prepared anyway. Anyway. Yeah, so now we've got that going on. And we've got to do the bottom bit down here. Actually, I'll do it like that. There we go. Measure twice, cut once, says Chug. It's not so much that. It's just somewhere along the way where we've been putting the build together, I've just overlooked that. Because you want it so that... How can I describe it? You want it so that... Whatever, it doesn't matter. Like, basically, at some point along the way, that thing started getting copied around, and I didn't notice that it was there. Like, it didn't cross my mind. I didn't realise I'd done that. It's not so much a measuring thing, just a kind of thing that got picked up in the build, I guess. If I want to remove it, it's a fair bit of work. It might not actually be as much work as I think, though. Like... Let's just have a quick noodle with that. So I can see that it's here because... Yeah, okay, actually, no, this might be super simple to remove. A bit tedious flying back and forth. There you go, that's actually not going to be any problem at all. Until we get a little lower down. Uh-huh. And I think that's the last one right here. So in the spirit of keeping it all clean, you know, other things we'll do is like remove blocks around here as well eventually. Okay. Is it still... No, 1, 2, 3... Yeah, it's not still here. Oops. 2, 3, there we go. Okay, so the best way to clean up all of this is probably to do... Just like this. Yeah. There we go. Right, we've successfully cleaned that mess up. Technically, I could go around and punch out some blocks like that, but I won't. Leave those ones in. Right, so now we need to create a copy of this entire corner. And then send it over to the other side. Uh-huh. Expands. This can't be bigger than like 90 blocks, right? Now, I'm going to face that direction and do flip again. If I face the other direction... Actually, let's find out. If I face the other direction, I just do flip right, I believe. So copy, flip right, paste. Yep, works like that. So the next bit should be pretty obvious. This is mega, says Silly Dog. Yeah. That's what I wanted to do. Something absolutely redonkulous. One thing I will say is I think I could have actually done it a little bit smaller, because as this thing's gotten bigger, like the original shape on the inside, it's kind of lost relative to the overall scale of this thing. So I could have maybe scaled this down a little bit. But anyway, that doesn't really matter. X, what will be the main color palette of this build? I do want to go with terracotta, believe it or not. But there will be other blocks in here as well. Not expand, stack by like... Okay, and then it's probably like... Oh, even more than that. There you go. There you go. I'm wondering if I should do a third bit that goes out, right? Like, have another one of these? What do you reckon, peeps? Do you reckon we should have a third lip that goes back? I'm thinking the third lip, then some sort of back entrance thing, and then a building on top. Okay, let's look at chat. A few no's, but... Oh, quite a lot of no's. It was a bit more yes at the beginning. Now it's quite mixed. I just feel like this bit here probably isn't big enough for what we want. Too big. Hang on, this is Hermitcraft, isn't it? Go big or go home. I mean, just in comparison to Mumbo's base, it does look a bit odd. Like, Mumbo's base is big. Whatever, it'll be fine. One of the great things about Hermitcraft is just how crazy everything is. Like, we then compare it to Corralis's builds, right? It definitely, it's just on such a colossal scale. It probably needs scaling down by like a quarter in order to fit the other ones. Bilectal says, Xisuma, I've noticed you've been using the same sharpness free sword all season. Will you ever upgrade it? I keep meaning to, and then I just forget. We got Ozarka 78 here for 37 months. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate it. I feel like this is just gonna work if I do what I'm thinking in my head. So let's give it a shot. Now that we have. Right, yeah. Okay, so you might expect me to select that region, but I'm not. I'm going to select this region. Because I believe it will copy-paste more effectively. And if there's one thing I like, it's an effective copy-paste. Oh, actually, it might copy the corner as well. The corner coming out. It would. Oh, so maybe I don't want to do that. What do I want to do here? Where does it start and end? It's like a puzzle. I think what I want to do is actually grab it from here then. So we've gone from there. We need to get to here and copy. I think I copy from here, which is outside the selection. And then paste it from that corner. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. That appears to be absolutely correct. Oh. Oh! You, Wally. You absolute Wally. Let's try again. Let's just try again. Let's copy from here. It's like I'm running up and climbing this thing. to there. And we're going to copy from here. And we're going to paste over there. Actually, we're going to paste car. Oh, no, we're not. Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, I've pasted there. Perfect. Now we got that. Okay, that does... Feels like it's going to need something on it, but that's okay by me. Oh, wow, that looks great from down here. It looks different from up above. Hello, cow. just doing cow things, are you? I understand, I understand. Okay, this next bit's going to be... should have done it slightly different order. Going to... set terracotta. Bam! And then... do the old stack to the middle. Ye old stack to the middle, they said. Don't know how many blocks that is. Let's go a couple extra just to make sure. Okay, so now we've got to make a mega selection. Actually, we kind of just need to focus mainly on this area. So we'll go from here to there, over there. Kind of want to be in the middle, but whatever. Expands 90. I really dig this music project, says Bungle. Do you mean you dig the music and the project, or the project and the music? Copy. Flip right. Paste. Bam. Okay, our selection wasn't good enough, but it looks like everything else is in order. Sweet. This works, this works. Okay, now that's terracotta. Beautiful. Now we get to build something on top. In this space here, don't we? I think what we'll do is make sure there's some walking room. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jeez! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good, good. For a project on this scale, why not take a 3D model import? There's enough size to get the details, says EMC. Well, you know, then I got to create the 3D model, right? And I don't know how to create a 3D model, so that would be rather time consuming. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bam! Needs to be right there. There you go. So then the beginning of the next structure is there. We could put some gardens and stuff on top, I think, would be kind of cool. It would be cool if it looks like a real brewery, says Red Bull Nas. Bit late for that, my friend. Little bit late. Little bit late. Not going to destroy this. Hanging Gardens of Babylon. Yeah, I should have a little bit of research into that. Have a look into what that's all about, right? Looks like a very large temple now, says Pyrobonium. Yeah, it might be... It's hard to say. Like, one of the things that can take up way too much time in this game is, like, redoing stuff. And I did just want to build, like, an absolute ridiculous mega project. And here it is. So, it'll be what it'll be. I think I'm going to make this bit, like, relatively small, though. So it'll go up by 3. And then we'll have, like, a temple thing on top. Oh, odd. Is it me, or does it look like these aren't the same height? 1, 2, 4? How did it end up being 4? That's weird. I guess what I want to do is make a selection from here to over here. There we go. Yeah, and then there'll be some sort of temple building on top, I think. With some pillars going up. Let's see how many of these we can get. So that's okay. I'll just put these in first, I think. This thing is so big, it's just literally ridiculous at this point. That is so big. Bye bye Mesa biome when you build. Yep. Okay, how many did we stack it by? 7. Let's go 9. Maybe we can go for something a bit Roman up here. With that classic triangular roof. Let's go... I think... How... Let's undo that. How was that... Oh, no. It was correct, but... Oh, yeah, I get it. Anyway, we'll do this. Ah, can't press the right keys. Damn. Did I go? I went one over. Okay then, so then we want a gap of like... How is that 2? I could have swore I counted that as 3. Okay. So, what is the gap, is essentially what I'm trying to figure out. $19 is the number. There you go. Is this too big? I am starting to think it might be a little bit too big. What do you think, peeps? Too big? There are so many mixed responses right now. I do think maybe what I could do is probably make this top stack a little smaller. Push that in a bit as well. Like, it feels to me like it might be smart to scale it down just a little bit. I mean, it's the problem that I'm having with it is that it's actually feeling bigger than the stuff in the area. Like, it really is overblown, which can be a great thing sometimes. I think I'm going to work on getting this thing a little bit smaller overall, actually. But you know, for now we done like a heck of a lot. We got really far with this. I'm definitely liking the shape, the concept. If there is something we could do, it'd be maybe just to make a shape that goes inside this thing. I Okay, this will be quite easy to figure out as well. In fact, we did it earlier, we got the numbers, but now the numbers are probably forgotten. I don't know why I'm doing this, like, I've got world edit. We got noises in the ear, we got Levsko, here for donation, saying, let me buy you a nice cup of tea. Thanks for making the world a brighter place. Thank you for the lovely message, dude, I appreciate it. I think I'm going to have a cup of tea with my breakfast. Thank you for the donation. We got Jolly Sly here with a subscription, and Chiggins here for 7 months. Thank you so much, dude, appreciate it. LeMayo, why did X leave a floaty? A floaty? Oh, you making toilet jokes? Oh, jeez, disgusting. Okay, let's go on to Hermitcraft quickly. Oh, it wasn't on Hermitcraft we actually figured out the shape and the space and all that stuff. And it's about to be bedtime. Oh, beat into it. Okay, so what I actually want is roughly the shape of the brewery and the things that are going in it. Well, look at me, just breaking stuff. Now, we're not going to need any additional stuff on, like, the side of this thing. So, our coordinate is 189 over here. Yeah, let's just do the width first of all. 189. The other weird thing is that it's off the ground. Oh, hello, buddy. Probably going to need like some additional redstone over here, let's say. 267. So 67 plus 11, 78. Okay, I'm definitely going to need a calculator now. So 78, and let's say plus 44 for those others. So like 120 blocks across. Now width, I'm not really going to need too much more in front of this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We kind of discussed that earlier. The other contraptions are about 14 or 15. So we'll say 122, 15, and then the height was 89. So let's just say 20 blocks of height. Okay, I've got those numbers in my head. So what we'll do is we'll go over here. 120. We're going to go outside of this thing. We're going to put something over here. Right, so we're going to have expand 120. This direction, we're going to expand, let's say, 17 to be on the safe side. Upwards is about 20 blocks. Okay, so now... Okay, so let's say we take this as our space that we need. I can copy that. We'll go into here. And I'm going to just sort of linger around this area and go... Wow! Wow! Did not expect that. So in terms of how big this thing is, like you can see that there ain't really too much wiggle room. Not too much at all. That thing goes right to the edge over there. So if I did want to make it a little bit, like shrink it in a little bit, it's going to, yeah, we actually got a fair bit on this side. So I think we've got enough wiggle room to shrink it in. Because this has gotten, I think this has like literally gotten too big. So I think what we're going to do is cut off 6 blocks there. Going to bring all of that in. Vroom. 6 blocks on the other side. This is not going to be as tall up top. And I think then this roof might... Yeah, I'm gonna scale it down. I think I've gone a little bit overboard, but we're gonna keep most of what we got going on right here. For sure. These bits will be a little bit shorter. That's not going to be as tall behind it. Definitely going to keep the little temple on top, but we'll scale that down as well. I think I just got a little bit carried away. It's actually ginormous, says Lizzie. Yeah, it's ginormous to the point where it kind of isn't actually fitting in with other stuff around. So I don't mind it being ridiculously big. That's not really the problem. It's more about making it fit in a little bit. So I think if we just scale the entrance a little different, like maybe I will actually raise up the floor here, so this thing is like 3 instead of 5. Push that in a little bit, maybe make that 2 blocks smaller. This thing doesn't go as high, maybe it doesn't go as wide out the end here. I'll figure it out, and I'll make sure we're able to keep that shape on the inside, and then I think we'll get it. We'll get the dimensions a little bit bigger. But you know, I'm not going to do that on stream. I think I'll do that stuff off stream, just because it'll require a fair bit of focus. As you might have suspected, we have come to the end of our streaming time, which means we're going to do a riggedy raid. So before you head out of here, be sure to hit that follow button. Alright. And I will look for a Minecraft channel to go raid, because there's no one that I know streaming right now. Why? There we go, Minecraft. Cool, let's look for a channel and not a lot of viewers, less than 100. Here we go, someone with 99, Elysium Fire. So I don't know where I'm sending you, but we're just supporting the Minecraft community. So a massive thank you to everyone who subscribed, resubscribed, donated, and cheered. As always, I appreciate your support, and I hope you enjoyed the stream. Okay, you can click raid in chat to go see the stream. Thank you, everyone. Take care. Bye bye.